Hello and welcome to AI Invest Lab. Now it's time to tell you what actually we are doing, why we have created this company, and what we have to offer for you, and why actually it is a good idea to choose us instead of other services. So, first of all, it's all about investing. And actually, I think the first question everybody asks when it comes to investing actually is why? Why to invest and why we have to like put in some financial markets, real estate, some maybe forests or whatever, gold, commodities, stocks, etc. So it's very simple basically. My why, and also I think the most people whys is very simple. It's just like you basically you always have some hourly rate, right? You make something daily, you make something monthly, but it's more mainly not changing fast. Those amounts are not changing fast. You are not in the business. So for the average employee, he or she have this hourly rate, and that's about it. For a certain job there is certain amount of money you make. So and then if we talk about the fiat, the euros, the USD, or any other currency currently worldwide, it's always devolving. It's always in the value, it's always going down because it's simply printed. Only times when it's going up is when the interest rates are climbing. That's how we've seen in previously in last 2 years. But it's only in the crisis time and only on those times when the economy actually have to be slowed down. So normally fiat is just losing its value, and that's about it. Therefore, if you really want to get wealthier, if you really want to be more rich and more available to any options worldwide, also a lot less stressful about your situation, that you can also change your occupation and anything else, go traveling or simply enjoy your life for a certain amount of time, then investing definitely is the thing to do. And also investing and smart investing in right financial assets is definitely the right thing to do. So, and what actually are we here all about? So as we have found out this why investing, then I think the next why is actually why actually to choose our Robo-Investor, which is basically completely automated system for investing into the Bitcoin. And actually tested on the last 5 years, it brings more than 6 times better result than Bitcoin itself. So therefore, it's just seems to be a brilliant tool currently, but of course we cannot guarantee that the same results in the next 5 years. But as it looks like right now, for example, also last year it brought us 112% into the profit. So why actually it's such a good tool? I will explain you more in detail, showing you actually the tool on the chart. This is actually what our Robo-Investor is doing. You see, it's a Bitcoin daily chart. It trades on the daily chart, not in an hourly chart, not in a 5-minute chart, not in a 1-second chart or 1-minute chart, which definitely do not work. And the most bots or robots are made for the short time movements, and they are playing each other. Therefore, they are not making any gains. Therefore, we have made it on a daily chart, which is actually a lot more trustful, a lot more following the actually indicators and information in the economy. So that is a lot more trustful in that sense. And that we see that actually this last trade on our robot was opened at 26,600 something and closed up about 40K at 41,700. And actually that is more than 50% gain in one trade. It's 56.7 So that's quite a good one. And then the previous one actually was also the short, and also in the market falling, this robot is actually making money. And that's the beauty of it. That's why it's capable of making more than only long-term holding. That's the key why actually it brings us a better result than long-term holding. Here we actually made over 10% in the short. Then the previous one was around 5% into the long. And then we come to this part actually where it actually loses some trades. That's in the parts when the market is going sideways. It's not going significantly up or significantly down. It's going sideways, and side movements are the areas where actually some money can be lost. On the trade, it should not be more than 5-6%, but yeah, that's the drawdown of this robot. But it's largely then neglected when there is actually the movement into the market. Then we are in really nice profit anyways. So if the market is moving, we are making money. If the market is stagnant, we are kind of stagnant too, and also maybe also somewhere losing something, somewhere making something. So that's the beauty of this tool. And the idea is that we do not use leverage, we do not use credit on those trades. That's of course up to you, but you can also try to use it, but then we definitely recommend less than a 10x leverage. We would say the 5x is the maximum. Then you are sure that you are not liquidated. And the good thing, if you are not using the leverage, is basically that you cannot be just liquidated from the market, because it's always if the Bitcoin is there, also your position is there. And also the thing is that the robot is in the market 24/7. It's always one trade opened. You can set up also several robots and several trades in the same time, larger ones, smaller ones, with the 100% of equity, with the 50% equity, if you want also maybe with the 10% of equity and leverage of 5x, for example. Then you also can set it up for Ethereum. And sometimes it actually shows on the last 5 years that Ethereum probably even better result, about up to 10x more than long-term holding. And the next thing I would like to mention regards this robot is this compound interest effect. Actually, the compound interest effect is the thing which actually brings your money really going upwards. Because, for example, if you are bought this robot, for example, here, then you open the trade with maybe 1,000 euros or something, then you make this 5%, it's already 1,000 euros 50, then you open trade with 1,000 euro 50, then you make 10%, then it's already 1,000 euro 200 approximately, and then you open the long trade with 1,000 euro 200, and then you make over 50%, then you already are more than 1,800, nearly maybe 1,900 there, and then you open the short here with the 1,900 in the end, and as the market suggests right now, it might go down to some 30k, and then, for example, if there is this short trade down to some 30k levels, then you make again some 20-25%. That means that basically you are already more than 2,500 euros, and then you open, for example, the long trade with a 2,500 euros, and then we expect to have the bull market. Maybe you make 100% or something, then you already have 5,000 into the account. So that's the beauty of compound interest. And then your next trade is opened with the 5K already. So that's the way actually you can make really nice gains into the long term. For example, if we look to the performance summary of this tool, then you can easily see that in the very, very long term, it brings 10,000%. That's absolutely crazy amounts of the profit. If you compare it to the buy and hold strategy, it's only 992%. And this is like 10 times better performance over long period of time. That's the key here. So that's about Robot. Robot is not the only product we have. Currently also there is the other robot which is under the building for the stock market, for the stock index funds. And then also we have education in our platform where you actually are trained to be good at financial markets, to understand actually which are the good ones and where you have to enter and where you are able to make some really realistic gains and where there is too much risk about it. So basically, if you are going for the index funds, then it's around 10-15% per year. It's your average profit, I would say, in the long term. If you do not know what is index funds, basically we have a really good school about the index funds because they are the tools which are used by the rich and also by the governments, where they allocate their large amounts of money and grow by the time. Oh, and then the next thing that we are focusing on is a macroeconomy, because the macroeconomy is all about the markets as well and the market mover. First of all, I would say that the biggest market mover is macroeconomy and the actual circulations into it and the decisions by central banks, by governments, by fiscal and monetary policy that we teach largely actually for you to understand the overall cycle, because in the markets it's all about combining all the things together and to understand in which direction this supply and demand for the certain asset will change. And therefore, from the big picture view, the first thing is macroeconomy. Then the next thing is actually to understand the assets in general. So as I told you that there is these index funds, which are basically baskets of the stocks. Then there are also crypto space, where we highly suggest focus mainly on the Bitcoin, maybe also Ethereum, but
okay, found this on the web for hay circulation into it,
but not that much for the smaller coins, because the smaller coins are very, very risky. And also markets is all about this risk and return ratio, which have to be the better, the better, basically. And always have to be taken into account. Then the market sentiment is also very important, and market cycles for the, as you might know, about all those Bitcoin halvings and for 4 years term, which is always the case for the crypto. Then we go also to market physics and explain the smart money concepts, how actually these markets are moving, how the limit players or the big players are allocating their money into the financial markets, and how they are trying to put it so that you do not see it and try to manipulate the markets, how to trade actually those macroeconomy news, because they are really, really good opportunities to make money into the financial markets, especially on the times when the markets are fluctuating and moving. For example, if we go to the chart recently, there was the news regards British pound, which had a larger than expected CPI reading, actually means that there is inflation growing again, and that actually also largely reflects into the markets. Here I would like to show you actually what's happening with the economy news trading. Will show you the right example just shortly. Want to show you actually British pound, US dollar, for example. 9 a.m. actually there was this news about CPI reading which came out stronger than expected, which actually means that there is inflation growing again, as I told you, and that actually means that those interest rates will be hold high for longer and not gonna be quantitative easing too early, definitely. So, and that means that still the money will be currently, in this case, the British pound will be still expensive and will continue to be expensive. That means this supply is limited and demand stays high and probably gets even higher when this quantitative tightening stays for the longer. And that means this price for the money is growing, and that we saw quite sharply already at 9 a.m. Exactly, there is a large movement upwards in the forex market. On those moves, you can make money quite quickly into the 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe half an hour. A lot of times the market still gets back to those previous levels because it's largely by traders and by the market players, and they are actually making this impulse due to this news, and that's great opportunity for you too to benefit together with them into the forex market. So that's about macroeconomy, and then I would like to also mention active trading strategies and technical analysis, which is also have to be considered. You have to know what actually these retail traders are driving into the markets. You have to know what hedge funds are looking at. You have to know also the depths of the market. You have to know those limits and where actually the limit orders are standing. That's very, very important knowledge and information for you if you also want to trade on yourself, because trading on yourself is basically big combination of the things you have to put together. It's like this technical analysis. You have to know which are the main strategies are used by technical analysis. You combine them. If they are showing the same, and typically they are showing the same, a lot of indicators are showing the same things. They are showing basically the past. I don't like indicators, but if you like combine the best of them, for example, EMAs, which are the moving averages, you combine with Fibonacci, which is good tool in the good times into index funds markets. Then you combine it with the actually levels and trend lines and some triangle formations, which are considered to be the most trustful ones. And then you combine it with the macroscope, with the inflation data, with the CPA data, with PPA, and other things, employment, real estate market movements, oil, energy prices, and energy supply and demand changes, and also put together with the news, which are also important to check on the daily basis. Follow the right people also in the Twitter or X right now, how to say. And then if you combine all these tools together with the proper risk management as well, then you are able to make money on yourself into the trading too. But if you are considered right risk management, it's only about 50% per year what you actually can make, because you cannot afford to risk more than 1-2% per trade. So, and that's about active trading, and therefore I really not that much suggest you to spend a lot of time learning and practicing active trading, because it's a lot of time till you actually can start to trade with some real money. You have to know all the knowledge. You have to go with the demo account trading. You have to be profitable 3 months in a row with the demo account, and then you can start to actually allocate some real funds into the trading. And that's about 50%. In the end, anyways, it's not actually that much. Currently, our robot is providing better result than 50%. And actually, with the robot, you don't have to do anything. You just we set up the robot for you. We follow the robot results. We improve the robots, and we are building the new ones too, because the market is always changing, and we do not know how long certain robot will work. Hopefully it will work for the long term. It's definitely meant for the long term. We have built it with the idea that it have to work for the long term, because there is no point to do anything in the short term into the market. We all want to benefit in the long term. And also the rest of the robots we are building with the idea that it works at least like it's like the least possible is 5 years. 5 years have to bring us results. So then actually, and that currently is giving a lot more than this 50%. That means that you can just avoid this risky trading, avoid stress, and avoid all this time spent on the market analysis, and just rely on the robot, on the index funds, on the Bitcoin itself. That's what we suggest you to do currently, and that's what we believe is currently the best strategy into the market, because the next 2 years definitely will be really good into the crypto. It's a new bull run. It's a new bull run going on, and it will go on for the next 1-2 years, and it's not too late yet to jump right into it as well. And also, we are allocating some funds in the smaller coins. I'm not gonna tell you about them right now, but that we cover in our education on our trading channels too. The people choose us also go with the live trading if they want to understand actually how these things happening to the market. Then definitely there is opportunity to do so. And what else I would like to add? Then that's about basically what we are offering. This is this Robo-Investor, which probably is currently one of the best in the markets. And also this financial education, where we learn this long-term investing. We cover also stock analysis, which is pretty time-consuming. If you really want to get some good stocks, it's not that easy to find. And you also have to look a lot into the company profiles, company statements, company future forecasts, what actually is price to earning ratio, price to book ratio, price to sales ratio, and etc. You have to look all of those assets what company hold. You all about actually also the liabilities, the debt, and also the industry itself is very important, because company cannot grow if the industry is not such one which is growing. Because if the industry is growing rapidly, that there is also more market space to take for the company, and therefore there is these opportunities for company to grow, therefore to grow also profits, and therefore to grow also share price and dividends. So there are a lot of things together to combine, and we can teach you all of them, but then you have to find really the time for the analysis too. And therefore we have found that people do not have that much time. It's absolutely no surprise. We are all busy on a daily basis. We all have our things. We all have our jobs. Therefore, the main recommendation for us is that you do your thing. You get to the top of the world with your thing, what you are doing, and combine it with the automated solutions into the market that we provide. And therefore, then you actually make your hardly earned euro or dollar on a daily basis. You make it multiple times more effective, more valuable. And that's actually how you get wealthy currently. That's our strategy, what we offer. Because our like philosophy is that we do not go into the too risky things. Investing is not about making money extremely fast. Absolutely not. It's always about risk and return. The higher the return possibilities, the higher the risk. But you have to understand that for the really high earning possibilities, there is a lot more risk than actually this possibility that you will earn that money. That's already like a lottery. So we don't play lottery. We do actually sustainable, reliable, and usable solutions which actually provide some sustainable and predictable results into the markets. And also we provide guarantees for our products. If you really don't like anything we're offering, then you have also this money back guarantee which you can use. So that's about it. That's about what we are offering. That's about current information. Follow us for more. Also, go to our homepage. You can easily book the consultation with us, and then we can explain a lot more into the detail, those things what we are providing, how actually this robot itself is working. And actually also we can, if you wish to hear, we can explain more about these macroeconomic market cycles and why actually this our philosophy and solution is probably best currently into the industry. Thank you for now and see you next time.